Hey, it's the Retro Kid. Now we're heading out to the Alameda Antique Fair to see what we can find. Welcome to the Retro Kid, where we review, talk about, and repair retro tech. Today we're at the Alameda Antique Fair. Let's see what we find. I should probably tell you a little bit about the Alameda Antique Fair. It is held on the former Naval Air Station Alameda Runway 25. It is a fair where you can bring anything from vintage furniture to food to anything, and especially retro tech. That's why we're here. You can see behind me there's the old tarmac because it used to be an airport. But yeah, now it's holding this antique fair right here. There's lots of vendors and it takes up like most of the runway, and it's a really long runway. So yeah, it's really cool. Alright, we got our first find of the day, a vintage General Electric suitcase style record player. It looks like it uses the same mechanism as another suitcase record player made by General Electric at about the same time called the Wildcat. But this one is a little nicer because the Wildcat was made out of bakelite, and this one looks like it's made out of nicer materials like leather. It also has bigger speakers and a radio, so this was definitely a higher end model by General Electric. Next, we have this little compact Sony flip clock. It was like a alarm clock, and it has a built-in radio. It's pretty cool. Here at the Antique Fair, there's really something for everyone. Old signs, old jackets, and just piles of stuff that you can look through, and yeah, lots of small businesses selling what they make, along with like antique collectors that want to sell off their collection, and anything really. I just spotted a record player and an 8-track player. Looks like a whole mini system there. Oh, and this little Betamax. Really cool reel-to-reel machine. There. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Speakers. Lots of Star Trek. Whatever that is. What are those, stamps?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, you never know what you could find. You have these receivers and scissors, you never knew that those could be on the same table, but there you go. And these by my understanding, these are pretty rare, so cool. So it looks like we have some old receivers over here. It's a Pioneer and an Onkyo. It's nice. Not just audio stuff that you find here, you can also find stuff like this in-box Atari in this pile of random stuff. I mean, you would never think to look here if you wanted an Atari, but there you go. It's an Atari. Yeah, just toys, anything. Thank you. And if anyone knows what this is, it's a Sony. It looks like a Walkman. All the writing on it is in Japanese, but yeah. Sorry I couldn't get a better angle. I didn't think to take a picture, but yeah, it's really interesting. And if any of you guys know what it is, please let me know. And just looking over here, there's a Sears combo system, I think it would be called, because it has the cassette player, the record player, and the radio. So this one's pretty interesting. It has like storage for cassettes near where the record player is. And it's also all in one system, which is pretty weird. It also still has the 90-day warranty sticker on it, which I thought was pretty funny. There's also other audio equipment behind it, but yeah, it's a pretty interesting record player. There's also this pretty interesting copyette where you can make different copies of cassettes. I've never heard of that before. Yeah, there's also a booth full of these vintage radios. A little too old for me, but yeah, it's cool if you have the right audience. And here on this table you can see a Super Nintendo and an N64. And yeah, it's pretty cool, just in a collection of cameras. So here's when things start to get interesting. I turn around and I see a black Game Boy Advance SP along with a DMG Game Boy. I'm pretty excited about this Game Boy Advance SP because I've been looking for one for a while. And there's a link to a video in the description that goes more in depth about the Game Boy Advance SP. Anyways, I got this bundle for $100. Moving on from that, we have a Sansui amplifier in an Onkyo box along with a Tascam reel-to-reel player. I didn't buy this because it cost $500 and that was a little too much for me, but it looks pretty cool and it looks like a good option if you're in the market for one. Another cool thing about the antique fair is that you can see the San Francisco skyline when you're walking around. I thought that was pretty cool and I wanted to share it with you. I also saw this more compact Uher, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, reel-to-reel player. And yeah, it looks pretty old, has a falling apart leather case, but you know, it just adds to the character. Yeah, here you can see a panoramic shot of the end. You see where all the vendors' trucks park. But yeah, there's tables, tents, trucks, racks, shelves, anything. And yeah, that's a container ship in the background because it's right next to the ports. But yeah, this has been the Retro Kid. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and see you again soon. Things you can find here. You can have the Mona Lisa. It's definitely real. Definitely.